My favorite things to learn was, one of them was Krav Maga. Yeah, I loved Krav Maga. That one and Jiu-Jitsu, those are my two favorite, because I really loved learning how to use the magazine as a weapon, a pin, anything, the water bottle, anything that's around, so if I don't have a knife or something like that on me, then I can use whatever is around me as a weapon. And then I also love the Jiu-Jitsu on the ground, because I know that that's one of the most, probably the most vulnerable position you can be in, especially as a woman with rapes and all of that. I really liked learning how to get out of the headlock on the ground and then being able to flip a big guy over and getting into side control and being able to put all my weight on the guy and knowing that even though I'm smaller than he is, I can still have an advantage over him because of the techniques that I'm learning. I would recommend it to every woman that I know, especially young girls like my daughter, who is almost 19. She works in a coffee shop by herself in a town where we live, where there's a lot of drug trafficking, stabbings, shootings, meth labs blowing up. She works in the coffee shop by herself sometimes, and she's really pretty, so I feel like she's really vulnerable in that position. And so I'm gonna go home and teach her what I've learned, so that she can learn to defend herself and she doesn't become a victim. So I think all women should be trained in this way, especially with all of the stories that we hear about rapes and trafficking, all of those things, home invasions. I think women definitely need to be on the offense. Super important to me because I work in a school and I'm the woman at the front desk. I'm the administrative assistant. So if somebody comes in to attack our school, I'm the very first one that they're gonna see. So if I'm vulnerable and I don't know how to defend myself and the students that we have in there, then that puts us all in a very dangerous position, life-threatening, potentially. And then also I live by myself for the very first time in my life, and so I'm in an apartment a majority of the time alone, and there's druggies and bad guys all over our town, so I feel like I'm an easy target if I don't know how to defend myself. So I learned about Josh through Celeste and Damon. They actually bought my ticket to this event for my Christmas present. So at first I was like, ooh, Then when Celeste explained what we would be learning, I'm like, oh my gosh, I totally need to learn that, and I was super excited to come. A little bit nervous, like I thought we were gonna do an Arctic plunge, and I hate being cold. But everything was so life applicable that it was completely worth it. And Josh is a very good teacher. He's very likable. He doesn't come across as aggressive. He's very open and friendly, and I learned a lot from him, so I'm very, very thankful that Josh was willing to put this on for us, and that he's planning more that we can come to in the future. Because the more I learn, the more I train, the more it becomes muscle memory, the better I will be at defending myself and the ones that I love.